a couple of bass tournaments, small local tournaments, over near North Bay this past weekend. And talking with other anglers and as well as us out on the water, everybody's throwing white. And everybody has noticed that white seems to be the hotter color this year. Not saying that the darks aren't working. White seems to be the hotter color.
Yeah, white has been my hot walleye color too, actually.
I was using jerk baits there about 3 weeks ago on walleye and getting some really nice 6 and 7 pounders on white jerk baits.
Yeah. I would completely agree with saying that white is hot this year, and I mean I've only really seen it through muskie and walleye, but I mean it's clearly hot there. We're waiting for the salmon to start up out here. I mean I doubt the hot color is going to be white. It'll probably be green like usual, but you never know, right?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's water clarity or the way the winter had some effect or pollen in the water, but
I honestly believe that this colder summer is why the muskies are more active, because I mean on opening day we landed 6 fish and they're all over 40 inches and one of them was 54, so you can't complain about that, and every time we've gone out, we've boated a muskie, so.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, we're almost at our 6-minute time limit here, and Andrew, I'm definitely going to be calling you back and get you back on the show, because a little bit later in the season, we're definitely going to want some more muskie updates. We need more muskie fishermen out there, so I'll be definitely calling you back and asking you, and I really want to thank you for having you on the show this week. And,
thanks for having me.
Just what we said, we could learn something. Well, you know what? I learned that there's muskie out there on the St. Mary's River in North Channel. Awesome job. Great, and we'll have you back on. Thanks for coming.
All righty, thanks.
Your outdoor lifestyle brand.
Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones.
Sticksandstone.ca.
Strike Pro, casting into the future, the secret weapon of your tackle box. Strike Pro lures have been the choice of many anglers around the world and have won many fishing tournaments and competitions worldwide. Whether you're a tournament pro or a recreational angler, don't go fishing without lures from Strike Pro. Remember, limit your catch and release for the future.
When winning is on the line, the winning line is McCoy. McCoy's Advanced Super Braid uses polymer-saturated Spectra fibers to create a super strong, super tough premium line. Reinforcing the Spectra fibers gives our braided line greater resistance to breakdown and deterioration, UV exposure, and eliminates water absorption. McCoy's Super Spectra braid is 15% stronger and 5x more abrasive resistant than similar diameter Spectrum lines.
Eagle Claw fishhooks, an American tradition and excellence that generations of fishermen have known to be the world's finest for over 60 years. That same technology goes into every Eagle Claw rod from the handle to the tip, and we make a rod for every fishing need. While you're not apt to ever have a problem with an Eagle Claw rod, you can be sure that we'll be there if you do. We're Eagle Claw of Denver. Eagle Claw rods are available at better sporting goods dealers worldwide.
Internet Inquiries brought to you by Team Roscoe Power Sports, your BRP product dealer in Kirkland Lake, Ontario. Give Tanner a call and he can set you up with your accessories, ATVs, snowmobiles, outboard products, fishing products. And give him a call at 705-567-4411. Again, that's Team Roscoe Power Sports.
Welcome back to Fishucation, to Internet Inquiries. This is where we get questions and we give answers, and they're inquiries via the internet, whether it be text, voicemail, email, Facebook posts, Twitter posts, and Nathan and I, we try and answer the questions to the best of our ability, and if we don't have the answers, we'll actually get somebody in here who may have the answers for us. Anyways, our first question today is out from Whitecourt, Alberta, and Allison Olson. Nathan, he wants to know what's the difference in the blades on spinnerbaits. Now, I know there's 3 common blades that most companies use. Can you name them off?
Yeah, sure. The 3 most common blades that you're going to see are your French blade, your willow blade, and your Colorado blade. The most 2 common you're going to see on a spinner blade is your Colorado blade and your willow blade, and French blades are normally on your inline spinners.
Okay, so now a Colorado blade, correct me if I'm wrong, but a Colorado blade is more of a teardrop cup shape, and it's kind of round and comes up to a bit of a point at the top, and that's where the hole is. And sometimes they got a hammer rippled feature, or they're smooth, and you can get them in copper, chrome, and a nickel, and different painted colors. Now, those ones usually give out a heavier vibration and more lift to the bait, and they'll keep it closer to the surface, so they're a fairly shallow running blade. Now, your willows, I'll let you take off with that one.
All right. Well, the willow blade is usually it's longer and narrow, and it usually gives off a bit less of a vibration, but it'll hold the spinner bait down quite a bit deeper, usually way closer to the bottom. And like your Colorado blade, you can get in just about any color. You can get in lots of different designs on it, lots of different textures.
Okay. And then like the French blade, that one would be more for mid-range presentation for your strike zone. So if you're in 0 to 10 feet of water and you want to keep it around that 5 to 6 foot range, the willow blade is more of a longer oval shape. Still lets off a fairly decent vibration, but it doesn't have the lift that a Colorado blade does, and it's not as streamlined as a willow. It's a little bit less common used on hairpin spinnerbaits. It's more used inline on your such as your Blue Fox Vibrax, your MEPS, anything that's inline that's got a weighted body, and a lot of the spinners that are used for bass and trout and walleye, and it comes in a variety of sizes. Also, all of them come in a variety of colors, and they come in a smooth finish, a hammered finish, a copper, bronze, chrome-plated nickel finish, and then usually you can match them up with various colored skirts or hair around the hook area, the weighted area. Now, as far as for presentation with those, they come in various weights, anywhere from 1/16 of an ounce right up to 2.5 ounces. So you can cover a pretty good wide array of species of fish. I don't know, what's your preferential color when you're looking at, say, the hairpin spinnerbaits, Nate?
It kind of really depends, but if I had to pick, one off the top of my head, my confidence bait, I always go back to blue. A nice sky blue always seems to produce for me on an inline spinner.
That's on an inline spinner. Now, how about a hairpin?
On a hairpin, I'm going to have to say I'm usually going with a silver or chrome. Silver or chrome,
that as far as the blade goes, and you'll match the skirt to that, or will you offset the skirt?
The skirt usually changes all depending on the body of water, what color is working for me, but I'm going to start with one of two colors. It's either going to be a green with maybe a bit of orange or red in there, or a black. Those seem to be the two colors I always start off with, and if they're not working, then it just kind of goes all over the place depending on the body of water.
Okay, and I would have to say my two confidence colors that I'm going to throw, if I've got dark tea-stained water, I'll be looking at probably anywhere from a 3/8 to a 1/2 ounce hairpin spinnerbait. I like copper-colored or gold-colored Colorado blades in tandem 2 of those with a black skirt, and I'll throw them out, and even though it's a Colorado blade that'll definitely give you more lift, I like to let them sink and get as close to the bottom and do a slow retrieve, and that way it comes up through all of the strike zones, and about halfway through the retrieve it's up about a foot below surface. And if I'm coming over some cabbage or coontail, I'll almost do a stop and go pattern so that it can drop and flutter into pockets. And that's produced a lot of strikes for me that way. Then the other one is the old standby. You can never fail with it, is white with silver blades. That one has got to be the most common and probably one of the most productive colors that I've seen other people as well as myself throwing.
Yeah, I agree with that. The one thing I do differ with you is on your technique. While I do use the same techniques when you're in a lot of like wood and rock structure, I find it's usually a little better to crank it just a little bit faster, keep it up off the bottom a little bit to avoid getting those snags, and you'll still usually pick up some. There's always fish sitting usually under the log or something. You can usually pull one out.
Okay, so you use them for drawing fish out from stable structure and where they're hiding in the shadows.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Allison, we're going to get you off some Fishucation product and our gift pack that we give out every week. So we'll be sending you off an email so you can give us your mailing address, and we'll get this off into the mail. And thank you for using Internet Inquiries on Fishucation.
Fishucation brought to you by these fine sponsors: Texarillo, the Ultimate Roadhouse Band; Strike Pro, casting into the future; Bombshell Turtles, the answer is finally revealed; Eagle Claw Rods and Reels; Mona's Fish On Bait and Tackle; McCoy Fishing Line; Team Roscoe BRP Products; River Run Resort in Susquehanna, Ontario; Hunters Bay Marine, Legend and Triton Boats; Sticks and Stones outdoor lifestyle brand, hunting and fishing apparel.
It's Friday morning and the weekend's here, and I've been working like a dog. I just can't wait to hit that lake and reel me in a hog. So I call up the boss, said, listen, hoss, I ain't making it to the station. It's a mighty fine day and I'm itching to play. I'm gonna start my Fishucation. If it's a high pound test you're looking for, I bet I can lower you in. We know the deal on rods and reels, shiny things that spin. So stay a while, don't touch that dial, you might find some inspiration. I'll take your call, hook, bait, and all. We're gonna start our Fishucation. Our Fishucation.